Hi friends, I'm going to show you how to make a cute card today using the new Petal Parade stamp set. This is an exclusive set during our Sale-a-Bration 2014 promotion with Stampin' Up! And you earn this set for free. It's one of the sets you can choose for free when you have a qualifying minimum order. So we're using this. I have a piece of our watercolor cardstock which I've cut down to 2.5 by 3 3/4, and then I have my ink pads with the stamps all ready to go. So I have my Pool Party, Crisp Cantaloupe, Pistachio Pudding, Smoky Slate, and Summer Star Fruit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my stamp, and I have an old Stamp and Mist bottle which I have filled with water, and I just marked that I've got water on there. And once you ink up your stamp, you're going to lightly mist it and hold it down, and it's going to bleed, and that's the look I want. I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to mist, just a light misting. I want it to bleed. I want that watercolor look. And I'm going to do a little bit more in the corner. Oops, I forgot to mist. That's okay. Now I'm going to move on to my Crisp Cantaloupe, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Mist, stamp it down, hold it for a minute, ink it up, lightly mist, and I'm going to do one more. So you can see how the water is starting to spread a little bit, just softens it up. It's not a real intense look. And now I'm going to go on with the Pistachio Pudding. Mist. And I'm not worried about overlapping some of the flowers. And mist. This is a great stamp for filling in. And I'm just going to do right on the corner here, maybe a little bit there. Now we're going to move on to our Smoky Slate. Mist. And then some Summer Star Fruit. And for this one, I'm just going to go a little bit on the edge here. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the edge over here. Go like that. Just to add a couple shots of yellow and some color. So now I'm going to add a sentiment. And I'm going to use another Sale-a-Bration exclusive set, which is called See You Later. And I'm going to use the Once in a Lifetime You Meet Someone Who Changes Everything. Now I use my Stays On a lot. If you watch my videos, you know that this is my favorite black. And I'm going to re-ink this, and this is how you can re-ink all of your ink pads. You just squeeze on your ink, and then I just kind of blend it all in with the tip of the refill nozzle. Now on this stamp, there's a little doohickey with a little heart, and I don't want that. I just want the words and the bottom. So I'm just going to make sure that I line this top of the ink pad just along the top of my sentiment without covering the whole entire stamp. And I'm using Stays On because it won't bleed on the cardstock. You could just use a marker, which is what I would ordinarily do to omit parts of the stamp, but it would bleed because some of this paper is wet. So this is a Stamp-A-Majake, and earlier on I've already gone ahead and I stamped this image onto my plastic sheet. I just lined up the image into the corner of my handle, and I just stamped down, which is great because then you can reposition and determine, you know, where you want your stamp before you actually stamp it. Alright, so I like my image right about there, just underneath that arrow. And this also works great if you've put your stamp on your wood block a little bit crooked. You can make sure it's nice and straight before you stamp, and just line up your handle, move your plastic, so there I've got my sentiment. Now I already took a piece of our basic black cardstock and I cut it 1/4 of an inch bigger all the way around so that it can fit on this piece. And I've added a piece of our pistachio pudding ribbon, and I used sticky strip on the back to secure it, and then I added 5 Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue and I have a piece of Designer Series paper, and this is new with our Sale-a-Bration as well. And I've also mounted that on a piece of basic black, and then the card base is pistachio pudding. And there's my card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching and happy stamping!
Hey, if you wanna play, make it about a